Welcome, respected sadhakas. The 11 identities in us are the Parishrami, the Prerana Yukta, the Sadhaka Nishchaya Yukta, Shrotrutva Nishchaya Yukta, Tivra Jignasu, Tivra Mumukshu, Parama Bhakta, Sharanagata Shishya. Minimum Apara Vairagya to begin with, Purna Prema and Parishrama for Sanatana Dharma Seva. Then Loka Seva through Swadharma. Each of these Vyaktitwas have a great contribution in our spiritual evolution. So remind about them continuously. Involve in any one of them throughout the day. Not sparing ourselves is called sadhana. Who helps us in this regard is the six of the sources: the Parabrahma, the Ishvara, the Shakti Mata, the Devatas, the Guru Gana, and then Shastra Gana. They're all ready to help us. They are their purpose, only purpose of their presence is to help us. It is we have to recognize our purpose of life and recognize that they are there to help us and receive that help duly by doing what is to be done. Welcome to the study of this Shwethashwathara Upanishad, Prathamodhyaya, Sambandha Bhashyam. Today we'll be seeing the Linga Purana quotations by Adi Shankara. Not only it is in the context, clearly putting in front of us the role of karma, role of jnana in getting us the mukti, but also it gives almost all details regarding spiritual sadhanas, steps which we have to involve in. Because of this both reasons, this portion becomes very important, very crucial, very useful for us. Let us involve in it. Before our Sankalpa Prarthana, a 2 minutes talk in this regard only. A 2 minutes of idea is what? First, we have to develop our conscious and awareness level, and then only with that, being aware of exactly knowing what to do as a sadhana, step by step, we try to do. At that time only, we will know the difficulties inner and outer. While facing all those difficulties, challenges, still doing what we have to do to go to the next stage is called as tapasya, which we have to do, isn't it? Like, first of all, I have to procure minimum what is required for my survival. Survival is required first. So, how to do that? Some planning, systematic work consciously has to be done, and we have to secure ourselves in our sustenance and survival. Every bird, every animal does it. कि आज वो जाएंगे वहाँ खेती में या in that orchard of the fruits. They eat the fruits for today and they have an idea as to tomorrow which will be the fruits that will be fructified in which tree. So they are almost safe, secured to a great extent. That is why Karam said they go next day there and they get those fruits. Most of the things, all of them, for that survival instinct, They are intelligent enough to get their thing. In the same way, that survival aspect consciously, safety, security. Then the other aspect of other activities minimum to be done, dealings to be done with the people. These can't be avoided. At the same time, they should be performed with the limitations of how much it is required, only that much. Consciously, only it is. The moment when we lose the awareness aspect, consciousness aspect, we end up in doing less or doing more. Both are not healthy for sadhana. We should not do more, we should not do less. Whether it is duties, whether it is outer activities, whether it is managing the people, whether it is loving the people, the kindness, the concern, जितना भी है, कम करो तो भी फिर वो तृप्ति नहीं देगा, ज़्यादा करो तो फंसाएगा. How do I know? Only when I become conscious. And all this consciousness, consciously doing everything, should be backed by the continuous constant thought that I am the spiritual seeker. I have to move towards the divine. When this thought is behind constantly, because without the clarity of purpose, what to do, what not to do, clarity will not be there perfectly. Then come to so many other things, outer wale, obligations and all, be conscious. If required, we are very much present there. When it is understood, we are not required, we are away from that. Physically, when we learn this, then at the mind level also, which is the greatest of the sadhana, if one is able to put the mind in the work necessary or given, once it's over, if one is able to pull away himself from that without any more hang ups, etc., we are really a yogi only. Great point it is. You know, it's wonderful joy if one can achieve it. But all this calls basically for the Viveka Vairagya that the world is not only ephemeral, not only delusory, but also is of binding nature. If these three things are not thoroughly convinced about the world, the asha for the world, the raga for the world, they want to go. If these things do not go, none of the sadhanas effectively we can do. We may do, but again the problems relapse. So basically ये कुछ चीजें है ना pillars की तरह, that the Paramatma Prapti is the goal. Then for that I have to be withdrawing from the world. For that Viveka Vairagya. Then all sadhana systematically, consciously I have to do. These are the four basic pillars. The more we are deep in these understandings, conscious in doing these things, we are assuring for ourselves the doings first. When the doings are assuredly done, definitely the results also are assured. Result oriented during doings, then doing led results we have to aim at. We cannot be subconscious or unconscious or semi conscious or zero conscious. No. Come to the Sharira also. We have to be conscious of its condition, age, energy levels. Then, with this age, energy, condition, outside how much work I can do so that my energies are not fully dissipated, minimum things are done, and I have bodily energy capacity for my spiritual sadhana. Consciously karna padta. As one grows in age, day by day those abilities reduce. Abilities, the mobilities, all of them. अब बैठने का भी मुश्किल होता है। जैसे चाइल्डहुड में व्हेन वी आर born, how the initial years were, last few years will be like that only. That our running gets reduced, our walkings get reduced, we get limited to the sitting. So thereafter only on lying down only on the bed. In the same way, childhood way, no physical much abilities. They went on growing faculties. As the old age comes, same way. The memory power gets lost first. The vision, the audition, the ability to contemplate, they all get reduced. So we have to become conscious aware of it. Make hay while sun shines. We keep doing what maximum we can do. Why minimum always? Conscious it is. My sharira, my umar, my condition of sharira. Even if one is more conscious, one can even tentatively say, these many years I'll be a healthy sadhana I can do. Beyond that, it will reduce. एक आइडिया आ जाता है, ध्यान से देखो सबका आइडिया आ जाता है टेंटेटिव. Only not seeing ध्यान से is the reason. That ध्यान से is what we are calling as consciously. Then, as we grow in age, we have to be miser with regard to conserving our time and energies. Apply them only for the best things, sadhanas. You know, like when lots of money is there, we can be spendthrift. Anything we can. Because both. जब कम होता जाता है, only for important essentials we spend money. Time is more valuable than money as a human being. So this is another art consciously we have to develop. My 24 hours of the day, I have to use them for the best of the purposes. Let me do it today. Then, if that is done today successfully, continue doing every day. This is done again consciously. In an unconscious mind, what happens? Many unwanted things get added in the doings and they too consume more elongated time. What are those things? I need not list out. Let everybody think and know. Unwanted things get involved in our daily chorus routine and they consume more time only. Like, कभी कभी घर में कुछ ऐसे लोग आते हैं जिनका कोई फायदा ही नहीं, मतलब ही नहीं, जरूरत ही नहीं, and they don't live only. They are only to consume our time and energy and talkative they are. काम तो करते नहीं. Then every 3 hours they demand something shamelessly and you have to make it and give them. Everyone must be having these type of guests to their house. If nobody, at least बाबा जी आए होंगे घर में रहने को. नहीं साहब जी, हम हमेशा बच के रहते हैं, बाबा जी को बुलाते नहीं घर. उनके यहाँ जाते हैं, वो खुद ही बना के खिलाएंगे उनको. That type of intelligence and fortune, if you have, you are a rare species. Your upasanas were different. But in general, somebody is there in our life. कोई ना होते हैं. Same are the unwanted activities. Consume time. Generally unwanted, spiritually तो mostly unwanted. तो we have to be aware of. है ना, झट से उनको पहचानना, फट से उनको फेंक देना, निकाल देना. जिस मोमेंट रिकॉग्नाइज किया कि ये अनवांटेड है, उसी मोमेंट छोड़ दिया उसको. इमीडिएटली इट इज रिप्लेस्ड बाय द नेसेसरी थिंग टू बी डन. स्पिरिचुअल साधना के कोई ना कोई चीज. हायर आइडिया देन दिस इज मोमेंट बाय मोमेंट. व्हेन आवर डे इज वेल प्लान्ड with the best of the activity sadhanas and we are able to 100% stick to it. वो तो एक महायोग है. He has conquered the time, conquered the upadhis, conquered the buddhi, वो तो फिर is worthy of saluting. Is somebody is of that height. Keeping that as a goal, these are the struggles we go through to reach to that goal. The struggle is becoming conscious one by one thing we are conquering. And so too, conscious of the mana, the vrittis in the mana. Slowly, let us reduce them. Mana should be shant. Every shloka in Shivananda Lahari is taught to us. Only to put the mana in God is equal to pulling the mana away from. That's beautiful shloka of the horse. Chetas turanga madhuruhya charas marare. Netas samasta jagatam vrshabadi rudaha. Or Kalyaninam Sarasa Chitram. Same shloka. And yesterday wala. You know, that Bhagwan's Charana Bhakti is Megha. It is in the Bhakti is Megha. It is in the Bhagavad Charana of the Akasha. And it gives the rain of the Ananda. And we have to hold it in our lake of the Chitta. And then allow the crop of Sadguna sadhanas to grow. Now, all of those show us that mind has to be only in Lord. Sri Rama's struggle of all that Viveka Vairagya, which we are seeing in Yoga Vasishta, also aimed at this only. Ki I am conscious. I am not allowing my manovrittis to be in any other field other than divinity. तो ये भी कॉन्शियसली पहले कहाँ है मेरा मन, किस भूमिका में है, उससे इधर लाना है, कैसे लाना है, उसके लिए लॉन्ग टर्म प्लान क्या है, शॉर्ट टर्म प्लान क्या है, इमीडिएट वर्क क्या है. In that way, a person in a laboratory, how carefully he mixes the chemicals to bring out the precipitation, so much acutely, perfectly, consciously. When we are doing our to be done sadhanas, we are really lucky. We have to reach to that level. Mm. Not an easy job, because the gunas, the vasanas, the natures, they are so powerful. अभी आप इतना कांकर करें इसको, और भी वो बाहर आते ही रहते हैं. You know, either duties will bind us, or the obligations will bind us, or the temptations will bind us, or inner vasanas will bind us. कोई ना कोई आकर के हमको किडनैप करता ही है. you know Taking us away from sadhana. And this is what brought by us by our own efforts. There is nobody in the world to be blamed. Remember, world is Bhagwan's expression. It is only given for sadhana to everyone. Not knowing it in the past, we wrongly related to the world. That is resulting presently in the form of the said seeming obstacles. When we want to go spiritually, when we want to spiritual sadhanas. So, without any ill feeling, hatred, knowing that we only brought these situations which are around us, not allowing us to do sadhana, we have to be wisely, intelligently living so that in future none of these bondages bind me. Live in such a manner, with such sankalpas, with such prayatnas, with such prarthanas, with such commitments. करेंगे तो मिल जाता है वो वाला total inner and outer परिस्थिति which is conducive for sadhana. And again, endless. If the Vesti avidya we are conquering, the samashti maya to again create the Vesti avidya keeps on attacking. Like I join an ashram. The pure intention of only doing sadhana. और वहाँ जाने के बाद फिर दूसरे लोग होएंगे, उनसे लड़ाई होगा, अटैचमेंट होगा. They were never expected before going there. Like children also, when they join college, school, fresh minds. Once they go there, then they see the people, they get attached or aversion or funny things. दुनिया में ऐसे ही होता है, कुछ भोज खचरे का लेके भी आते हैं और आने के बाद जहाँ भी जाते हैं, देयर इज इन्फिनिट कचरा टू कलेक्ट. वी हैव टू बी कॉन्शियस देयर, not to allow anything that way to corrupt us. How meticulous we have to be in our planning, how careful we have to be in the execution of that planning, such a manner that fully we are protected. The example is like of army persons in the borders, soldier. They have to be bulletproof jackets, the shoe, the gloves, the helmets, and the rifle protection, then the bunker there. अब इतना उनको केयरफुल रहना पड़ता है to defeat the enemy and to save oneself. Spiritual sadhana is much, much more than that. The enemy of avidya, moha, has to be defeated, and the success of Paramatma Anubhuti has to be gained. This way, we have to be protecting ourselves with the outer shields and inner shields also. Conscious होना पड़ता है उसके लिए. Moment by moment conscious about the time, conscious about the situations, conscious about body, conscious about the mind, conscious about what to do, exactly able to do that in spite of the terrible heavy outer and inner pressures of various type which come to distract. They don't come deliberately to distract, but they have to come, and incidentally they are of the nature of distraction. Like I am doing my japa sadhana. Somebody came. So they came to distract me. No. They had to come, they came. And potentially they have the ability to distract. Therefore, no ill feeling. Only thing is how to dispose that person quickly back to my sadhana. In the same way, the tamoguna comes to distract, rajoguna comes to distract. They don't come to distract, they come because we made our nature to be like that. But unfortunately, once they come, their nature is of distracting. We have to negotiate with it, isn't it? In this way, the people, the moods in the mind, thoughts in the mind, निरंतर लड़ाई इनके साथ, जानकारी के साथ, ज्ञान के साथ, is called spiritual sadhana. All what we are going on, listening, contemplating, will lead for this crystal clear picture. Till that happens, we should neither leave our classes nor our homework of study and manana chinta. There is no way. The difference, the commonness between a pakka samsari and pakka spiritual thing person is both are terribly busy, tensed, worried, planning, acting, etc. Both are equal. Sometimes spiritual person has to be more than worldly. Only the difference is the fields. उनके लिए प्रेय मार्ग है और हमारे लिए श्रेय मार्ग. But as regards the preparations required, protections required, executions to be done, struggles that have to be faced, दोनों को 100% सेम होते हैं. स्पिरिचुअल पर्सन को कुछ ज्यादा ही होते हैं. Because not like the worldly pursuit where the things are tangible, we are aiming at. We are aiming at everything very subtle, difficult. Aiming at antarmukta itself is the biggest challenge. Aiming at withdrawing the indriyas from the world is never imaginable. इसकी जरूरत ही महसूस नहीं होती है. Forget about doing it. The target of quietening the mind, अरे बाबा ये तो 100 जन्म में भी नहीं होता, कोशिश करने के बावजूद. So these are all always very, very tough jobs. than the outer. Therefore, they need more effort, more struggles. अब इन सबको जानकर I am a person of struggling, I will struggle. And then every type of fears, low confidence about oneself. Again, these have to be conquered. Many of us have low confidence and low opinion about ourselves and some fears about some things. Each one has fear about different. और डर को भी दूर रखना है और कॉन्फिडेंस को 100% बनाना है. You know, the fear and low confidence are the inner big enemies which don't allow us to do small sadhanas, small sacrifices also. है ना? 10-15 मिनट उठ को पहले जप करो, हो ही नहीं सकता बिकॉज वी आर वेरी लो इन आवर कॉन्फिडेंस एंड द फियर क्या होगा उससे करके. You know, a real successful person is he who is in this way, very fully confident of himself and fearlessness regarding that pursuit. You know, वो काम मैं करके रहूंगा, वो वाला इनर कॉन्फिडेंस, जो होगा देखा जाएगा, वो वाला fearlessness. You know, whether it is worldly achievement का हो, spiritual में भी. The more aggressive is the involvement, more aggressive and quicker are the results. The involvement's aggressiveness depends on the super self confidence and absolute fearlessness, along with loving the goal, sense of urgency of the goal. ये सब तो है ही more crucial points. Little superficially ऊपर की बातें देखें तो ये वाले, the confidence as well as fearlessness. So all in all, no moment we are without being conscious, and that being conscious should not bring any worry. अगर आप देख रहे हो कॉन्शियस हो रहे हो तो सिचुएशन का समझदारी हो जाता है, देन दे अपीयर टू बी लिटिल dreaded or dangerous, again we may get worried. नहीं, people are fearless not because fearless they are fearless because they are बेवकूफ, they are not aware. Hmm. Aware about the danger of death, the danger of falling prey to samsara, danger of future some suffering. ये सब नहीं जानते हो. That is not confidence. Like a person is regularly drinking and addicted to drugs and smoking. Not that he is fearless, he is पक्का मूर्ख नंबर वन, बेवकूफ है वो, अपना फ्यूचर नहीं सोच रहा है. That is मूर्खता. That is rank negativity. That should not be that way. What we talk is, when we become aware, there is a chance of fear. Fear भी नहीं आना. या हर एक चीज का स्मरण होना भी है और डरना भी नहीं. Like a difference between a pilot, navigating the flight and the passenger. पैसेंजर को क्या है, मैंने पैसे दिया, बोर्डिंग पास मिला, अब बैठा हूँ, आई विल बी टेकन देयर. He need not think. That fearlessness is बेवकूफ़ी. Is not, but the fearlessness of the pilot. Every moment there is a risk because it is made of so many machineries. उनमें से एक चीज भी गड़बड़ हो गया तो catastrophic. Till he lands and embarks, puts that flight in the shed, whatever you call. He has danger, risk at every moment. Yet, that fearlessness is the one which gives him confidence to do the things correctly. Like that, every day 3-4 फ्लाइट चलाता है, वैसे 20 साल चलाएगा. अब देखो, everybody like that. The risky example, मतलब example which more risk is involved, we give. Spiritual साधना का भी ऐसा ही होता है. जिंदगी अनजाने में कोई भी भैंस जीता है और जानकर डरते हुए भी गधा जीता है. और मनुष्य वो है जानते हुए न भैंस न गधा. जानता है therefore not a भैंस, not afraid therefore not a गधा, and doing with full confidence therefore human being. So let us pray to God to give us that level of consciousness, awareness, that we are fully aware of what is happening, what is to be done, what to be achieved. जल्द से जल्द वो मिल जाए, so that we are no more childish in throwing stones in darkness, isn't it? Imagining कि कोई आकर लगेगा, है ना, अंधेरे में तीर मारना बोलते हैं ना, अभी तक तो हमारा वही चल रहा है, अंधेरे में तीर मारना नॉट सफिशिएंट, जानकर मारो तीर, टारगेट में लग जाना चाहिए. ओम 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 सहनावतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः. ओम शांति शांति शांति. ओम नमो ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्म विद्या संप्रदाय कर्तृभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः. ओम निधये सर्वविद्यानां विषजे भवरोगिणां गुरवे सर्वलोकानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः. श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानामालयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्. ओम विदितानमया विशदैककला न च किञ्चन काञ्चनमस्ति गुरो द्रुतमेव विदेहि कृपां सहजां भव शङ्करदेशिकमे शरणम्. ब्रह्मानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यविमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि. परब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रे समस्त ब्रह्मविद्याचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो देवताभ्यो नमः. श्री श्वेताश्वतर उपनिषदाचार्येभ्यो अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः. संकल्पः तेषां सर्वेषां कृपया उपनिषदुक्त ब्रह्मात्मैक्य बोध मोक्ष प्राप्ति सनातन धर्म से विश्वव्याप्ति विश्वाध्यात्मिक प्रगति अस्मिन् धर्म संस्थापने निष्ठितानां निरंतर दिग्विजयार्थम अनेक शास्त्राणाम् अध्ययन साधना प्रयत्न मध्ये श्री कृष्ण यजुर्वेदीय श्वेताश्वतरोपनिषदः आद्य शंकर भाष्य समेत अध्ययन साधना प्रयत्न मोक्षार्थ वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे. ओम नित्यानंदं निराधारं निखिलाधारम् अव्ययं निगमाद्यगतं नित्यं नीलकण्ठं नमाम्यहम्. अथ प्रथमोऽध्यायः शान्तिमन्त्रः. ओम सहनावतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः. ओम शांति शांति शांति. ओम अथ संबंध भाष्यम. Now, yesterday we saw these two quotes from Srimad Bhagavad Gita given to substantiate the perfect, correct understanding that the one who realize the self or who is wanting to realize the self with the tirvra mumuksha and jignasa, he has no other yajna, karma, etc. need to do. Even the so-called the dharmas also become an obstacle to him, because he is convinced about reaching to that Paramatma as a goal. This whole aspect is Paramadharma compared to any every other dharma. Only in the non-conviction of this Paramadharma achievement that other dharmas are meaningful and valid. If one is perfectly convinced about the Paramadharma of one's own redemption and moksha through the Atma Brahma Prapti, everything else is secondary. Everything else is worthy of giving up. They are called parikshits. वो खाना पीना सोना भी छोड़ देते. दे आर द नचिकेतास. वो भी खाना पीना खेलना भी छोड़ देते हैं. इवन दो दे आर चिल्ड्रन. They are called the great Arjunas. Who that war is in front, yet they keep it away. They want to gain the ज्ञान. याद रखना है सारी चीजें. जब तब तक हमारा निश्चय दृढ़ नहीं हुआ कि परमात्मा को पाना है, तभी ये सारे मीनिंगफुल लगते हैं. ये मीनिंगफुल लग रहे मतलब उसके बारे में उतना कन्विक्शन नहीं हुआ. मीन्स the sufficient contemplation, sufficient listening to the Shastras, sufficient prayers to God and Guru to bless in this regard have not been done. So, those shlokas of Gita. Yastvatmaratirev syat atmatruptascha manavah आत्मन्येव च संतुष्टः तस्य कार्यम न विद्यते. अब देखो, he is in आत्मरति, आत्म तृप्ति, आत्म संतुष्टि. In that experience of Atma Tattva or effort, where are the upadhis? Identification with the upadhi. No, is it not because of our identity with these upadhis that we have relation with the objects and people of the world? Then the obligations, then the duties. ये तो थर्ड फोर्थ लेवल की बात है. पूर्ण परमात्मा अनुभव में या साधना में उपाधियां आर नॉट देयर. उपाधि से ही all this world is related. When I am not this body, then who is my, I know, brother, sister or anybody? मैं खुद ही ये नहीं हूँ. है ना, लाइक दैट पर्सन इज आस्क्ड, भाई आप कहने से ही विल डू द वर्क, थोड़ा मेरा रिकमेंड करो ना उनको. ही सेज यार मैं नौकरी छोड़ दिया, अभी मेरा नहीं चलता उधर. When I was there, I was recommending. Now I'm not there now. I can't. Same way, the world is important. Duties in the world are important because of these upadhi tadat. I mean, the pursuit of truth, reality. These upadhi tadatma is rejected. That was the meaning of a quotation a month back we saw. कि किमिच्छन कस्य कामाय शरीरम अनुसंजरेत. In the initial days of this Upanishad. Atmanam chet vijaniyat ayam asmiti purushah. You know, ayam atmanam purusham ahamiti vijaniyat chet. This inner self is ayam. The one who has recognized or is recognizing. Kimichan kasya kamaya. Shariram anusanjaret, or yesterday or day before we chanted in Viveka Chudamani, Kimichan kasyava hetoho deham pushnati tattvavit. So, यह तो आत्मरतिरेव आत्मतृप्तः आत्मनि संतुष्टः. He is not in the identity of anatma called as upadhis. Therefore, with the upadhi only outer world is related. Then the kartavyas are there, karyas are there. उपाधि तादात्म्य ही नहीं है. Therefore, tasya karyam न विद्यते. See that clarity of this thought. Okay. Then a hint is given along with qualification in the next shloka for a person who is pursuing आत्मवस्तु. आत्मवस्तु को पाया हुआ व्यक्ति, पाने वाला व्यक्ति ऐसा होता है, ऐसा होना चाहिए. वन नैव तस्य कृतेन अर्थः. There should be nothing in this world gainable by him by doing something. If you have something to gain, gained by doing something, then you are not a seeker of the truth or the Atman. You are the seeker of untruth and anatman, then you are bound by karma. Krutena arthahana. There is nothing to be gained by me by doing something in this world. There is nothing for me to be done in this world because I have nothing to gain. Tasya krutena na artha. Second is fear. Is tasya krutena artha comes from this yoga standpoint. Yoga means to obtain which is not obtained. Therefore we do something. Second is na akrutena iha kaschana. There is nothing for him to lose by not doing something. That is again kshema. Means I have something, I have to protect it. So for that I have to do some work. So जो नहीं है उसको पाने के लिए हम कुछ करते हैं, जो है उसको बचाने के लिए we do the things. By saying नैव तस्य कृतेन अर्थः, कुछ पाने का नहीं है. Therefore related to that nothing to do. So to na akrutena, by not doing something, I am not going to lose anything. Therefore there is no worry about the kshema. That is what the Kathopanishad, while explaining the Preyomargi, Shreyomargi. This is the word Yamaraj uses there. न सांपराय प्रतिभाति बालम प्रमाद्यंतमित्त मोहेन मूढ़म अयम लोको नास्ति परहिति माने पुनः पुनः वशमाद वध्यते में. Then he says, श्रेयश्च प्रेयश्च मनुष्यमेतः तौ संपरीति विनक्तिरः श्रेयो हि धीरो अभि प्रेयसो गुणिते प्रेयो मंदो योगक्षेमात् प्रणीत. He is a manda vyakti, seeker of the prayers. He is the one who is worried about yoga Yoga means to obtain which is not obtained. For that he goes on doing something. Kshema is to protect which is with already. Therefore he struggles for protecting it. That is a Preyo Margika. श्रेयो मार्गिका कोई वस्तु नहीं है जिसको पाना है, कोई वस्तु नहीं इसको खोना है. उनको रिकॉग्नाइज करना है अपने स्वरूप जो ऑलरेडी है. He has to recognize himself. He has nothing to do with any objects. This way, na akrutena iha kaschana. By not doing, is not going to lose anything. By doing something, is not going to get anything. The first one is the one who has rejected with Viveka Vairagya, even up to the Bhoga Vastusa Brahmaloka. The second one is he has given up all the Parityaga, all Parigraha. Nothing is mine, Wala. Nothing I want is the first one. Nothing is mine is the second one. Because if something is mine, then I am supposed to protect it. Then my drushti will be to do those things to save, protect them. So if I don't do that, then that will be lost. Therefore, I have fear of losing it. Therefore, I am involved. यहाँ वो नहीं है ना अकृतेना. By not doing so that particular thing is not losing anything because nothing is that he will lose it. Because of these two, the third one, nachasya sarva bhuteshu kaschid artha vyapashraya. He has no dependency on beings for any purpose. Here, artha means some purpose. Vyapashraya means dependency. Sarva bhuteshu means on any of the beings. Nachasya sarva bhuteshu kaschid artha vyapashraya. Because he is aiming at discovering the self, which itself is support and substratum for everything. Then how can he have artha vyapashraya on somebody? That he'll have to do something to get those favors from that person. Here, bhuteshu means human beings, animals, any of the beings, even Pancha Mahabhutas. किसी के ऊपर कोई अर्थ व्यापाश्रय नहीं है. Repeat this. Okay. He may do some things for survival, like भोजन वगैरह. Like it is in a किंतु भोजनादि व्यापारस्तु आ शरीर धारणावधि. शरीर रहने तक to survive it takes भोजन. That is not artha vyapashraya. Artha is when the bhojana itself becomes purpose of life. All other things. वो नहीं है उनको. If नहीं खाया तो शरीर नहीं रहेगा, साधना नहीं हो सकता. For that purpose, he just gives some food to the शरीर. That is not artha vyapashraya. इसलिए वो भिक्षा के लिए जाएगा, जहाँ मिलेगा खाएगा, नहीं तो नहीं. ईश्वर के नाम पे रहेगा. ईश्वर will provide food. So this way these shlokas can be deeply understood, but the purpose for which they are quoted here are, Bhagavan himself said, कि एक ज्ञान मार्गी, एक परमात्मा अन्वेषी need not do any karma. तस्य कार्यम नहीं विद्यते. Example, early reasons are this. कृतेन न अर्थः न कृतेन न अर्थव्यपाश्रयः सर्वभूतेषु कश्चिद् अर्थव्यपाश्रयः. Done. Now we go to तथा आह भगवान परमेश्वरः लैंगे कालकूटोपाख्याने. In the Linga Purana, in the Kalakuta Visha Upakhyana Kahani, वहाँ Parameshwara Bhagavan himself says, hmm, these slokas are of utmost value importance. These are all summary of what we are struggling to listen, study in last few years. Maybe many earlier lives also. Put it in precise. In Vedas, it's Vedic language, it is mystical. Highly evolved बुद्धि वाले उनको ही वो पता होता है. They are revelations. But Puranas are man-made. The man thinks for the man and easily understandable to the man in that language he puts it. So the Vyasadi Bhagwans, they have given us a Purana इतिहास जो हमको समझ में आ सकता है. But साधना वही है. Whether study Vedas directly or this Purana. The theme should never be forgotten that both are conveying us the moksha and moksha mark. Let us see few shlokas today. What is said by Bhagavan Parameshwara in Linga Purana in the Kala Kuta Upakhyanam to substantiate the limited role of the karma that later on only purely the pursuit of the jnana. Jignasa कहते हैं उसको. I want to discover myself in me and be that. I have thoroughly heard, understood that these are all Pachakota, Kosha. In the Tadhyatma Vidya, I am living as a Jiva in Stula Sukshma Karana, Shariras as Vishwatesa Prajna, in Jagra Sapna Sushupti. I am beyond. That beyond me, I have to experience. देखो ये क्लैरिटी के लिए हम हर दिन क्लास कर रहे हैं. नहीं करेंगे ना तो भूल जाते हो. Till Paramatma is achieved. Every day we have to remind about these things. That is why every day we have to listen, study. These two things, our Shravana and our Sadhana. खुद ही हम मर जाए तब भी उनको नहीं छोड़ना. How you negotiate or manage, that is in our hands. अगर दोनों छूटे तो our all efforts done so far becomes nullified. Very soon we become fully worldly. पता भी नहीं चलता कि पूरा निकल गया मेरे अंदर से आध्यात्मिकता और मैं बन गया पूरा वर्ल्ड लाइक एवरी डे विच हैपेंस आफ्टर वी लीव द क्लास गोइंग टू द बट एटलीस्ट नेक्स्ट डे वी कम टू क्लास एटलीस्ट वी आर रिमाइंडेड अब आना बंद किया तो गया लेट अस डोंट ब्लेम एनीवन nobody will take कालकूट उपाख्यान लेट अस सी दैट कि ज्ञाने नैतेन विप्रस्य त्यक्त संगस्य देहिनः कर्तव्यं नास्ति विप्रेन्द्राः अस्ति चेत तत्त्ववित् न च ज्ञाने नैतेन विप्रस्य त्यक्त संगस्य देहिनः कर्तव्यं नास्ति विप्रेन्द्राः अस्ति चेत तत्त्ववित् न च. Okay, Viprendra, the best among the Brahmanas, ki Viprasya Tyakta Sangasya Dehina. Vipra, the one who is a Brahmana, Shuddha Sattva Guni, Tyakta Sangasya, the one through Viveka Vairagya gave up attachment to everything. Dehina, who is there in the Deha to do sadhana, such person, Etena Jnanena, when he gains this Atma Jnana, or is exclusively deeply wanting the Atma Jnana and through that the moksha, for such person, he viprendraha kartavyam nasti. There is no kartavya to him. And to anyone, kartavya nobody can pose from outside. It is we who have to keep from inside that it is my kartavya. Isn't it? Like I am working in an office. The officer will not put that kartavya bhava in our heart. He is giving salary, therefore he expects us to do the work. The kartavya bhavana that I am getting salary, therefore I must work in this company should be in me. If that kartavya buddhi is not there, the boss will just remove me. Unko kya hai problem? There's somebody else he will take. But for me to stay in that office, I have to have that kartavya buddhi. इन द सेम वे अगर किसी बंदे को लोक में कुछ करने का कर्तव्य मन में है इन द वर्ल्ड, इट मीन्स कर्तव्यम अस्ति चेत तत्ववित न च, ही इज नाइदर एक्सपीरियंशियली तत्ववित नॉर sadhana wise he is the seeker of the truth. Because once one is a sadhana seeker of the truth, his kartavya is only to seek the truth. And the one who sought it experienced it. To him, there is nothing other than him that he has to do something as kartavya. So the जिज्ञासु को मुक्त पुरुष को कोई कर्तव्य नहीं होता. So ज्ञानेन एतेन विप्रशेः त्यक्त संगस्य देहिनः कर्तव्यम न अस्ति. विप्रेन्द्राः अस्ति चेत तत्ववित् नहीं. He is not a तत्ववित्. तत्वविद नहीं है मतलब एक्सपीरियंशियली तत्वविद नहीं है, एंड इंटेलेक्चुअल कन्विक्शन वाइज आल्सो ही इज नॉट तत्वविद. मीन्स तत्व अलोन इज रियलिटी, रियलाइजिंग अलोन इज मोक्ष, अदर देन दैट एवरीथिंग इज मिथ्या. इन्वॉल्विंग इन इट इटसेल्फ गिव्स इट रियलिटी. दिस ज्ञानम इज नॉट देयर विद हिम. इस तरह का तत्वज्ञान तो एक अहम ब्रह्मास्मि वाला. दूसरा तत्वज्ञान मीन्स द फैक्चुअल नॉलेज. तत्वज्ञान क्या है? आवर इन्वॉल्वमेंट इन द वर्ल्ड विद कर्तव्य बुद्धि मेक्स द वर्ल्ड मोर रियल फॉर अस. नॉट ओनली द भोगासक्ति इन द वर्ल्ड. द कर्तव्यता बुद्धि से कुछ भी कर रहे हो तो हो जाते रियल वो. दैट इज द मीनिंग ऑफ तत्व को नहीं जानना. दैट इज भगवान से सर्वधर्मान परित्यज्य. बिकॉज अब धर्म करते रहो तो उसी लेवल पे रहोगे तुम, एंड दे आर नो एंड टू देम. कहीं ना कहीं परम धर्म को लक्ष्य के ऊपर लेकर बाकी धर्मों को छोड़ना ही पड़ता है. भगवान नेवर सेड धर्म खत्म हो जाएंगे बेटा तुम मेरे पास आओ ना, धर्म को छोड़कर आओ बोला. See the relation between all the three are important. Wanting to know the truth is very, very important. As a part of it, detaching from the upadhis is important. And also the kartavyata in the world. When you have kartavya buddhi in the world, it strengthens my upadhi tadatmya. Because जिसको उपाधि है, he only is bound to do something because something is related to him. In the doing of these two, kartavyata buddhi in the world leading to upadhi tadatmya, the pursuit of Paramatma is forgotten only. See the danger there. So तीनों करना पड़ता है. Intensifying our longing for knowing the truth, detaching from the upadhis, getting out of the kartavyas. A useless mother-in-law is she who, even after 35 years of marriage of son, the daughter-in-law, still has got the chabi and tijori in the hands. Spiritually, she is useless. The moment the daughter-in-law comes, एक साल में उसको सारा समझा के बेटा तो ले ले, she should involve in sadhana. कर्तव्य बुद्धि रखोगे तो उसी में फंसे रहोगे. So to a father. मूर्ख इज एज 70 80 90 फिर भी बच्चों के पीछे पड़ा है. कर्तव्य कर्तव्य. ये सयाने हो गए, दे दो उनको, यू बिकम फ्री. अदरवाइज कर्तव्यता बुद्धि लीड्स टू उपाधि तादात्म्य. बोथ ऑफ देम पुल अस अवे फ्रॉम परस्यूट ऑफ परमात्मा. देन मुक्ति इज नेवर गेन्ड. और नहीं चाहिए मुक्ति हमको, इसी में खुशी. आपसे नमस्कार है. आई एम नॉट एड्रेसिंग सच पीपल. These Upanishads are not for them. For them, the Upasana Kanda, Karma Kanda, and so many Kandas are there. Jao. Bala Kanda, Ayodhya Kanda, Ranya Kanda, Kishkinda. West is Kishkinda Kanda. All Bandar going and consuming everything. Kishkinda Kanda. Clarity देखो thought में. We have to ponder with little pause. ज्ञानेन एतेन विप्रस्य त्यक्त आसक्तिन त्यक्त संगस्य देहिनः कर्तव्यं न अस्ति हे विप्रेन्द्राः अस्ति चेत् तत्त्ववित् न च. He has not experienced the self. He is not deeply involved in experiencing the self. He is not convinced that the self experience is the giver of moksha once for all. And so too, the fourth tattva which he doesn't know is the more we involve in the world with duty orientation, the more the world is real. अब देखो इसलिए इतना अच्छा आप काम करते जाओ दुनिया में ना, लोग उतना ज़्यादा काम देते हैं, अप्रिशिएशन देते हैं, वेलकम करते हैं, अवार्ड्स देते हैं, इन शॉर्ट फंसाते हैं. That is why rare is the wisdom of the people. People with this wisdom are rare, like the Tapon Maharaj type, like that Gaudapada Acharya type. नहीं 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 फंसूंगा. No, they said to महाराज, महाराज आप इतने ज्ञानी हो, इतना आपको साधना अनुभव है, देखो आप जैसे लोग तो भगवान के अवतार होते हैं, तो you must serve the people and all. So therefore we will make an ashram for you. They said. भगवान ने कहा था पर महाराज ने नहीं फंसना मुझे बस. And then with all the mission work, nowhere nobody doing anything as expected. When Gurudev goes to the Maharaj with frustration, ये हो नहीं रहा, तो महाराज ने कहा मैंने तभी बोला तुमको तुम फंसेगा. You understood? Can there be any better, greater kartavya than knowing Paramatma and getting moksha? Same example. When we are drowning in the water, first we have to wear the life jacket. So too, when the flight, उनका अंदर का ऑक्सीजन खत्म हो रहा है, पहले अपने नाक में लगाना है ना, कि दूसरों का करते करते खुद मर जाओगे. ये त्याग नहीं होता है, मेरे मूर्खता होती है वो. These are all in the world praised and appreciated. That is a different worldly thing है, कुत्ते को बचाया. अरे आध्यात्मिक दृष्टि से कि इसमें परमात्मा है, ऐसा बचाएगा तो इज ए साधक. Otherwise, it's only worldly appreciation. पहले अपने आप को बचाओ, then you do sadhana. The different definitions change when we become subtler and deeper. And you go on serving and bachao those worldly stupid fellows. What nonsense it is. It is not a seva. To one level it is seva. Till we are not convinced about Paramatma Prapti. उसके बाद परमात्मा साधना ही. फिर once we realize the self, then again come back to the world and serve. वो तो अलग बात. And if you already realized, you serve the world. Thank you. Namaste. We have to be clear in our understandings, definitions. Otherwise, our own half or wrong or misunderstanding puts us in the world and makes us justify also. And this ego is so subtle, so soft that nobody can dare touch it. Therefore, that matured gurus and the Lord मुस्कुराकर दूर रखते हैं उनको. वो नहीं रखते हैं, खुद ही दूर हो जाते हैं. They just smile it. अच्छा, that soft ego is functioning. Gently they take permission to go away from the God. अरे भाई, going away from the God itself is wrong. You take permission gently ले लो या harshly ले लो या बिना बताए ले लो. All are wrong only. This is how that binds us. Here we are saying kartavya means all. One part only we discussed because the other things we were discussing every day. What are the other ones? Ki just like for a grasta has got the upasana kartavya, the atiti seva kartavya, the yagni aga the kartavya, then the taking care of the children kartavya, then society ko take care karne wala kartavya, the obligational kartavya, all every day coming. So today I have not touched. We have touched today in general any kartavya. Here we are talking about the word itself. Paramatma प्राप्ति is कर्तव्य भाई, बाकी सब उसके सामने सेकेंडरी. पहले वो वाला करते हुए फुलफिल करो. That's how we have to come. We have to be very sublime here. In that way, slowly, easily livable things on others. We should learn the art, not out of laziness. Lazy people are also intelligent, smart to give work to others and they sleep or watch TV. They aren't that stupid smartness we're talking. Here, genuinely, I want to do sadhana, time is required and it's required. So, this work can be done by my children, I give it to them. But आज से तो वे कर लो, इस तरह की बात. It's very soft it is. Otherwise, the jiva in us, identify the upadhi, along with the bhoga vasanas. Kartavyata buddhi also is a thing by which he gets caught up by himself. That's the सर्वधर्मान परित्यज्य is the highest matured thought. Time लगेगा, हम information दे रहे हैं, ये digest होने में एक आध जन्म लगते हैं. Then we have only one कर्तव्य, परमात्मा प्राप्त. अभी we are in a delusion. We think we are the managers of the world and we do everything. And if I don't do nothing, what will? Oh, अरे बाबा, ईश्वर है सबका, उनको पता है. That is why which text we study, which shastra we study, on that depends our maturity. If you study only Seva Shastra, the Dharma Shastra, the Punya Shastra, उसी में हमको मजा आता है. We study Moksha Shastra, then it's totally different language. In that, so far 75 mantras we studied Shivananda. एक श्लोक में क्या बताया क्या हमारे शंकर भगवान ने, बेटा चल लोक सेवा करते हैं. एवरी श्लोक ऐसे, अरे शिवानंद लहरी में पहले डुबकी लगा. We studied all his bhashyas. We have studied so many prakarana granthas. We are reading Upanishads. In which shloka or any shastra said that अपने आत्म प्राप्ति मोक्ष को छोड़कर और कुछ में फंसो करके. See that. That means we are not fully attentive in studying Shastra. The way they are teaching us. उतना maturity आया नहीं, आएगा. उसी रास्ते में हम हैं. We are children now. Just now, first round Upanishad open कर रहे. 4-5 राउंड लग जाए, 4-5 जन्म हो जाए, उसमें सुख दुख पूरा भोग हो जाए. Then that slowly, like a newly entered person, any profession, कितना वो arrogant fast होता है. 2 साल 5 साल के बाद फिर वो क्या है ना, वो फिर नरम हो जाता है, उसमें फिट होता है. सेम वे आफ्टर फ्यू इयर्स वी बिकम नरम एंड फिट फॉर स्पिरिचुअलिटी. No more justifications, no more lapses or excuses. All the aggressiveness which we had earlier, worldliness, will be shown for the sadhana. Now the next shloka is Iha loke pare chaiva kartavyam nasti tasya vai jivan mukto yatastu syat brahmavit paramarthatah. See, paramarthatah brahmavit jivan muktah syat. Because of this, tasya vai kartavyam nasti. Ihaloke parecha eva. There is no kartavya in this world or any of the future lives for him because the Brahmagnani has become जीवन मुक्त. जो बद्ध है उन्हीं को कर्तव्य होता है और कर्तव्य होता है for a बद्ध person to get mukti. He is already mukta, then what is kartavya? So beautiful is this shloka. इहलोके परे चैव कर्तव्यम नास्ति तस्य वै जीवन मुक्तस्य यतः तो जीवन मुक्तो यतस्तु स्यात् ब्रह्मवित् परमार्थतः. The knower of Brahman is liberated from all finitudes, limitations. Only a finite, limited, bound person has a kartavya. And what is a kartavya? To come out of that finitude, limitation and bondage only. This Brahmagnani has become already that liberated. अब उनको कैसे कर्तव्य रहेगा? है ना? सारे कर्तव्य मुक्ति के लिए है भाई, अमुक्त हो गया, अभी क्या कर्तव्य है? सी द ब्यूटी ऑफ दिस. The reverse point of this is what? Therefore, the only main kartavya in life is Jivan Mukti. Jivan Mukti vyakti ko no kartavya. Therefore, what is the only kartavya? First to gain that Brahma Jnana which gives Jivan Mukti. Else, we are in the world of inner and outer delusion in which majority are there. And it's not a democracy that majority are in the deluded world of Bhoktavya and Kartavya. Therefore, we also have to follow them. ऐसा नहीं होता ना, सब भोगता है, सब करता है, तो मैं भी करता भोगता जीव रहूंगा सबकी तरह. नॉट नेसेसरी. दैट इज जस्ट बिकॉज एवरीबडी सेड इट इज नॉट बी करेक्ट. इन द किंगडम ऑफ तुगलक एवरीबडी हैव टू फॉलो हिम, दैट स्टूपिड फेलो. ही सेज हफ्ते में 8 दिन है. 8वां दिन अब मान रहे थे मूर्ख लोग, सब कियास कंफ्यूज हो गया. ही वाज नेमिंग द 8th डे ऑन हिज ओन नेम. There are some places where the government itself is Bewakoof, Praja. And doesn't mean that majority are doing, we have to do it. Like today, whole world is Bhautikavadi. Does it mean majority follow that it becomes correct? सब अर्थी काम ही है. क्या करेक्ट है क्या वो? सब घोटाले वाले, सब झूठ वाले हैं, सब भोगी है, सब बहिर्मुख है. No, no. That is the meaning. Satya is the always Satya. It depends on itself. इट अलोन ट्रायम्स अल्टीमेटली. बाकी सब असत्य, उसको जितना भी हम चिल्लाओ, चिल्लाने से असत्य सत्य नहीं बनता. दिस श्लोक इज सो ब्यूटीफुल. यह लोके परे चैव कर्तव्यं नास्ति तस्य वै जीवन मुक्तः यतः तु स्यात् ब्रह्मविद् परमार्थतः. परमार्थतः ब्रह्मविद् जीवन मुक्तः स्यात्. Therefore, how can we have any kartavya? Now, is it not giving that clarity in our mind? Therefore, if not today, at least tomorrow, let us decide our kartavya is only to have Brahma Vidya, because that alone gives Jivan Mukti. Because Jivan Mukti should be kartavya, not getting bound. स्वामी मैं कर्तव्य के रूप में मेरे हाथ में ले रहा हूँ, क्या फंसना? अरे नमस्कार. How to get bound? I am so intelligently doing every day. No, how laughable it is that somebody is doing every day something with all his intelligence and diligence, that is getting bound. खुद के लिए एक जेल बना रहा है अंदर जाके बंद करने को, खुद के लिए एक खाई खोद रहा है उसमें गिर के मरने को. Is it not point of laughing? Keeping all these things in only mind, the Ishavasya Upanishad talked about those people as Ekecha Atmahano Janaha. They are only committing suicide. Very intelligent, very wisely, with a kartavyata buddhi. Now you understand the joke they enjoy, the ऋषि मुनि. ये लोग अपने आप को तबाह करने को कर्तव्य मान रहे हैं. As fanatic and funny as an Islamic terrorist. वो खुद को मारना, दूसरों को मारना. He thinks it's a कर्तव्य. This Vyakti, who is a samsari also, is such a fanatic fellow. I want to get bound with vasanas, with the desires, with the bahirmukata, with the duties, with the bhoka sakti. सारे भांडे जरे बेटा, नहीं जानना चाहते हो, फिर भी मैं ये करूंगा. See the power of delusion. Like the addicts, they know that with this the money lost, diseases come. But also, फिर भी I can't live. No child of the age 13, 14 is ignorant anymore. He knows if he doesn't study, he plays, then he can't do well in the exam. But he is deluded. Power of delusion. इसलिए to that deep level, we have to study Shastra. The delusion is overcome. To the deep level, we have to surrender to the God so that we overcome the delusion. Second way. Third, to such level, we have to be wise in our wisdom to accept the self imposed disciplines to come out of the delusion. मोह से बाहर आने के 3 तरीके क्या है? स्वयं का डिसिप्लिन लाइफ, टोटल भक्ति, शरणागति, उपासना, प्रार्थना टू द गॉड एंड डीप स्टडी ऑफ द वेदांत. नहीं है तो वी टेक द बंधन मार्ग एज मोक्ष मार्ग, and moksha marga appears to be bandhana. Like coming to the class is such a bondage. Studying Shastra is such a bondage. Controlling senses and mind is such a bondage. Sitting for meditation is impossible bondage. Knowing the self is सबसे बड़ा bondage. And then go to the world, get kicked and get all over your body. Only the bandage. Now suffer. These are the crucial, deeper things we have to go into. And there's no sentiment there. There's no emotion. There is no the emotional blackmail to convert or to compel. The facts are put in front. This is a state of self when realized we are mukta. Other than that, we are with upadhi, we are bound. With the upadhi, we are in the world with whether it is bhoga bhukti or kartavya buddhi, it is double bondage. It's some intellectual knowledge for an intelligent genius. This is not करोगे तो ठीक है नहीं तो मारूंगा तुमको वाला ऐसा नहीं है वो. Indian Hindu Sanatana Dharma Shastras are not sentimental or emotional, even if they are devotional. Devotions में sentiment emotion नहीं है वो. The Lord being Lord and His infinite glory is realized. Because of that, all my faculties have become so devoted and surrendered. Naturally, from them, the poetry came, from the eyes, the tears came. It is not an emotion like a सिनेमा देखकर म्यूजिक पीछे लगता रहता है. Like when you see a great Mahatma Guru, आपके आंखों से पानी आता है. It is not like when you look at your grandson coming from America that आपके आंखों में पानी आता है. इस पानी में बहुत फर्क है. It is your attachment वाला पानी. ये वाला महिमा of the Guru. His divinity when you have seen, your indriyas were not in your control. They just gave the tears. आंखों से पानी. Some more thoughts are there. We'll discuss tomorrow. Then come, ज्ञानाभ्यासरतो नित्यं विरक्तो हि अर्थवित् स्वयं कर्तव्य भावम उत्सृज्य ज्ञानम एव अधिगच्छति. Then the one by one sadhanas are told. बहुत क्यूट सुंदर टॉपिक है ये. लिंग पुराण. नेक्स्ट कम्स शिव धर्म उत्तर पुराण. Then one more thought is taken up for discussion. ये चलेगा हमको. We have gone through the half of the what do you call Sambandha Bhashya, but whether it is first time reading or repetition, I believe we just follow our Lord's instruction in trying to study it as clearly as possible. Om 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 ओम पूर्णमद पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते. ओम शांति शांति शांति. हरि ओम. श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः. परमऋषिभ्यो नमः. परब्रह्मणे नमः. श्रुतिमात्रं तत्सत्. ब्रह्मार्पणमस्तु.